Hey everybody, I'm driving the new 2016 Cadillac CTS-V, and I'm not actually allowed to give you any driving impressions until August 3rd or something. Not now is the point. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a quick lap, and I'm going to try to talk about things that have nothing to do with driving impressions, so I'm just going to have to keep it to details. So, and I'm also going to try to focus on not screwing up this lap, because I'm going to be going rapidly while I'm talking about it, while I'm not telling you what it's like to drive this thing at, well, we just hit 130 something. Okay, so, details, brake. Things, driving a crestless Cadillac is an interesting experience right now. There's, of course, Cadillac dropped the wreath from their badge, and you can feel it. I don't think this is necessarily a driving experience thing, so I don't think I'll get in trouble, but driving a wreathless car is really astounding after a while. When you're used to that special acanthus wreath feel of a Cadillac, driving something that doesn't have that wreath really changes up some things in a big way. Other interesting details about the new CTS-V, the glove box for some reason is released by a separate button on the dash instead of a little latch on the glove box where you'd expect it. And I've seen this on cars like Fisker had one, and I was in a Lotus Evora. For some reason they did that. I never quite got the point of that. It seems like a lot of extra hardware for something kind of ridiculous. I don't really quite understand the point, but if that's your criteria for buying a car, you're like, screw latches and glove boxes, what am I, an ape? Well, then you're in luck with the CTS-V, because it is a remote actuated brake glove box. And let's see, the dash also is almost entire, it's a complete LCD screen right there in the dash. Brake. Turn. Yeah, so the entire dash is a LCD screen, and it's interesting because even though it's basically a rectangular LCD screen, you've still got little bits. There's like half-circle bezels, like where it's just barely half-assedly trying to pretend they're actual physical gauges still. And I think, I'm a little surprised this has continued this far. Like, right now, everybody with a digital dash is still making an attempt to make the gauges look like physical gauges. And I'm kind of excited for the day when God, the seatbelt tensioned a lot. Holy crap, it's crushing my lungs. God, seatbelt, let go. Oh, okay, there we go. I'm looking forward to the day that they feel free enough to actually let those gauges just look like whatever the hell they want, because you've got a whole LCD screen there. They don't have to be round, they don't have to be any particular shape at all, but we're still so far making them look like physical gauges. Boy, this seatbelt really, man, should buy me a drink first before doing these things it's doing to my testicles. Well, just above the testicles, but yeah, you get the idea. Not that these are driving impressions, because they're not driving impressions. And these grunts really could be about almost anything. They could be having to do with what I ate for lunch or anything like that. Man, this seatbelt's tight. Okay, that's not a driving impression. It's a blind hill. So we're here at Road America, which is a very fast, very technical track. It's pretty exciting, but it's no joke, this track here. I brake. But this car is, I can't talk about what it's like. Okay, so never mind. There's more details. The internal trunk release in the CTS-V is one of the best I've seen. So if you're a kidnappee, say you're a child who's particularly kidnappable, and you know who you are, then this is going to be a treat for you when you're flung into this trunk, because the little release on most cars, it's just a little glow-in-the-dark pull plastic tab that's just like clumsily printed. It's like they barely cared. This one, though, there's like a glow-in-the-dark inner layer, and then there's a plastic cutaway bezel that actually has the indicator of, the symbols on it of, the pop out of the trunk and walk away. So, when you're being thrown in there, kids, look for that, because it's, it's a treat. You're in for a real special event. And, again, I can't talk about the kind of driving that your kidnappers may be doing, but I can say you'll have a good time banging around in that trunk. So that's always pretty good and brake hard. And, but yeah, we will talk about full driving impressions just as soon as we're actually able. But I just wanted to give you some little details about the car. Every vent on this car, by the way, is real, which I'm astounded by and delighted by.